Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days with a sporty new Civic, Accord, HR-V, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Accord or CR-V, a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic, and a 3.9% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Welcome to another episode of Fringe
Beyond Limits.
Oh. It feels so good to do that. It really does.
Does it feel better to do it with others or just by yourself?
Usually it's better with others. My experience.
Okay.
So,
you would say that.
Yeah. So, yeah, usually I like to do it with others. But, when you have to,
got to do what you got to do.
Doing it by yourself works just as good.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, how are you guys doing?
Really good. Year's wrapping up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The year is wrapping up. I can't believe how fast and slow it went all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's a product of getting older anyway.
Maybe. And
probably, yeah.
I can't believe that we've been doing this for 8 months now.
Something like that.
About.
It hasn't even
Episode 33.
Yeah. It hasn't even been a full year yet.
I'm already sick of you.
I know. I'm already thinking about just...
I was sick of him after the second episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I so many thoughts of just ending this.
Podcast?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Want to be clear?
No, me. Just,
no, don't say
just
that.
get the fuck out of here. Well, good. Any plans for the new year? Any... What are they called?
Resolution?
Resolutions?
Well, we discussed at Friendsgiving with some of my friends that we need to do a better job of actually making plans and meeting up with people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But usually my year-over-year resolution is to be a better high fiver. Really bad at high fives.
Like delivering them?
Like legit.
Yeah, like I miss. Yeah, yeah. Like I play volleyball and I go to high five my team and they suck. I miss all the time.
I've never heard
So
this.
if you suck at high fives and when you play volleyball you suck at spiking?
I don't spike. I'm too short.
I mean, she is short.
Yeah. I think when I jump this much, get
Can
just
you
my
fit a piece
fingers
of
get over
paper
the top.
under between you and the ground when you jump?
Sometimes I jump. Sometimes
Okay.
I go lower.
Sometimes I get buried in the sand.
Or even on a court. Go lower.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah. So I'll continue to work on my high fives.
all right.
Yeah.
I hope you succeed
Thank you.
someday.
Yeah. I'll give you a status report over the coming year.
Looking back, we used to play softball together.
Mhm.
It kind of doesn't surprise me that you're not that coordinated to high five now that I think about
Shut
it.
up, asshole. That was good. I was one of the few girls who was able to
were.
play infield. You usually guys stick
I
the girls
agree.
in the outfield because
I was catcher.
misogynists.
We are misogynists.
I was so bad I was catcher.
I mean, that's an important position.
Listen,
No, I was bad that the only spot they can put me was catcher.
listen.
I can hit, and that's the only thing I can do. I can't run, I can't catch, I can't throw. Bam.
You can time her with a sundial running home to first.
Oh man,
Like-
There was one time I belly flopped. I didn't even get to first. I belly flopped.
She like
you witnessed this?
like oh yeah,
Yes.
like there's so much movement and an effort for her to start running.
Once I get running, I'm fine. It's just the start. So like,
It's
it's literally
So
It's
slow.
so it's like when you're
hard.
trying to run in a dream and you just can't
Yes.
go.
And you see that in real life.
when
I
I
really want to see this.
when
Oh
I
my
belly
God.
flopped, I tripped over my own foot because I didn't bring my foot up, so I kept on. Foot went above my
Yeah.
foot.
It's
Everyone felt bad for me.
It's not just words.
She trips over feet, trips over words. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're gonna get you bubble wrap for Christmas.
I think I need a bubble, not a bubble
But
wrap.
I will say,
Full on bubble.
I told you this, Brie. I already told you this, but I am still loyal no matter what. That they were thinking about making a new team and didn't want to
Yeah.
invite Brie, and I'm like, well, if she doesn't, then I don't go.
Oh, that's
And
so
since
nice of you.
I was like one of the best pitchers,
You're the only pitcher.
yeah, that's true. But I was really good.
You were, yeah.
I was really
were.
good. Yeah. So, but yeah. So even as bad as she is, I'm still loyal.
That's nice.
And
The only thing I could do was hit a ball. Other than that, I cannot do anything else.
yeah,
It's all right.
we'll talk about that later.
You know, every time I
Hitting
drive
balls?
past that strip club, I think of our softball days.
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. Right. I know.
Why would you put a children's softball field next to a
Was
strip
it's
club?
called like
Blackjacks.
Blackjacks?
Yeah.
Listen, I can't believe of all the years that we played there. I think I played there almost a decade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
We never went to that strip club.
I'm actually
Bro.
shocked you have not.
Right.
You especially.
Well,
like,
no, I'm not big on strip clubs.
I know, but still,
But like,
just to go in there, just to go.
yeah, but like as free spirited as we were, and just be like, hey, it'd be real
You're
funny
like,
if
can I
we.
get a sponsor for my team?
Yeah, right. And I've never been, but I think it's a BYOB place.
Oh boy.
And as
And
much
we had our parking lot party.
right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. We had enough beer
Yeah.
for even the strippers if they wanted one.
They're open for lunchtime too. I remember the sign saying
Oh,
"Open
yeah.
for lunch."
Yeah, they're open for lunch. Yeah, very gross. But you know, I don't need extra crabs on my crabs.
Ew.
So, all right, you know, memory lane.
Off to a shebang. Yeah.
All right, so things that keep us up at night. Bree, did you want to go
Yeah,
first?
I can go first this time.
Okay.
So, how important must you be to be assassinated instead of murdered?
How important?
At least 1 million
Be
followers.
considered assassinated and not considered murdered.
1 million followers.
Like, at one point, do they say, "Oh, they were assassinated"? Like, because basically it's the same thing. It's just
I think it's maybe the purpose behind a killing that makes it a murder or an assassination.
like, what do you think the purpose? Like,
I think if it's to change, I mean, even like major companies, like the people that run it, I think the purpose is to change the direction of the company or maybe make it available for sale. That would be a business or political purpose, I think would deem an assassination. If it was just a random person breaking into the White House and murdering the president, you know, I think if it's not for political gain or business gain, it's just a random act. Maybe that I would categorize that as a murder and not.
but what about those people that are killing others for a reason too?
Yeah, like religious war or
Yeah.
political war.
Well, there's, I mean, yeah.
Or
I mean,
even just like they're with my baby mama, like I'm gonna kill him. Like it's a purpose technically, and
it is, but it's
like where do you?
it's where it's political or business is where I draw the line. So anything outside of that, I think would be more considered, in my opinion, a murder and not an assassination.
Okay,
Yeah. And yeah, that's where I would do it. But
I think mine's more like popularity.
okay.
Like I was kind of joking 1 million followers.
No,
but
you're
like,
being serious.
I mean, but also
serious and joking at the same time.
but it, you know, probably also has something to do with like the commas behind your paycheck as well. You know, high profile people equals assassination if that's what happens, or somebody who's just a Joe Schmo is
a murder.
Considered as murderer, murdered.
I can give you several examples. Like, for one, the Menendez brothers, when they murdered their parents, like, they were very high profile people, but that wasn't considered an assassination. Or Versace, he was murdered by his lover, not assassinated, but I mean, very high profile people. So it wasn't for political or business gain. So that's why that would be my distinguishing factor. I don't know.
English is hard.
English is hard. Yeah. So, all right.
Does Webster tell you the difference?
Yeah. I did a Google.
All right. What does the Google machine say?
Assassination is a type of murder that involves the plan or secret killing of a prominent person, usually for political reasons. And murder is the unlawful killing of someone, often with aggravating circumstances like premeditation, cruelty, or treachery.
Did you guys just prove me right again?
Part of it. Like, it said political, not business. So
yeah, but I mean,
you're
snipers are assassins, and they're just taking orders.
Do you?
They're not assassinating profile high.
But in order to be assassinated, you have to be murdered by an assassin?
Yeah, they usually say them together when you're watching the news.
Would we consider Lee Harvey Oswald as an assassin?
According to the history books, yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm just asking. So anyone that is murdered by an assassin was assassinated then?
By an assassin.
Essentially, yeah.
They're assassinated by assassin.
So murderers essentially level up their game by going for high-profile assassination or attempts, and then they get the upgrade in their title.
They leveled up in the game of life.
Why are we going around shooting people?
I don't know. It's fun, I guess.
Too many video games.
So
why can't we all just play what was the kitchen game or the cooking game that you mentioned?
Oh, was it Burger Time? Was that
the one who looked like
Diner Dash?
Diner Dash.
Yeah. Why can't we all just play Diner Dash?
Yeah, right.
We don't need to play Call of Duty.
Yeah, we could just feed the homeless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through digital feeding of robots instead of actually going out and feeding people.
I mean, if you believe the simulation theory.
I don't mean feeding people, but feeding people.
No, feeding people. I get it.
Gross.
But I mean, if you think we live in a simulation, then that's exactly what we're doing. Robots are feeding.
Yeah, robots.
Yeah. All right.
That's a mind fuck.
Yeah. A little bit. I'm not sure how we ended up here, but I like it.
Yep.
Right. Yep. So I'll go next.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about how many times you escaped death or serious injury just by being at the right place at the right time?
I have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have too. And
never counted though. I wish I'd kept a little tally.
Right.
That would have been interesting. Like date timestamp.
So in my younger days, I used to hang out with my best friend, Laura. And I still don't remember these instances, but her and I, we haven't seen or talked to each other in like years. And then just out of the blue, we're like, let's just go grab lunch or whatever. So I actually just went over to her place and we were there for 8 hours just talking and catching up. It was awesome. It was a great time. And she told me that whenever we were out and she wanted to leave and go somewhere else, there was maybe, I don't know, like a couple handful of times where I would be like, no, it's not time to leave yet. And she would be more persistent. And I would just say, it's not time to go yet. And it's not that I was like, had to finish a drink or I was talking to someone. It was just, quote unquote, not time to go. And when we finally did leave, the route we were going, there was always something that went wrong. Cop pulled someone over, an accident, whatever the case may be, but there was always an incident that we missed. I don't remember this at all. So yeah. I'm wondering if like I was in some sort of like trance in that moment. There was something coming through me saying, no, it's not time to go. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, but like, I don't I have zero recollection of these times. And she's like, yeah. She goes, you had like this ability in the moment to know that it just wasn't safe to leave yet. Just weird. Strange.
Mm-hmm.
You are weird. You are strange.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
Yep.
Okay. So that was mine. You guys comments?
I'm trying to think of the last one that I had that it was never, I can't think of one off the top of my head of the more recent ones.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Brie?
Same thing. I was like, I'm trying to think of one or a situation that's similar. Like, I know there's times when turning in my car or something, and if I waited like 1 or 2 seconds later, there would have been someone like going right across the road. Like, what if I hit that person? Like, similar, but yeah, it's crazy to think that, like, just that 1 second thought that delays your thought, or something that tells you that it's not time to leave yet.
You know, you phrasing it that way makes me believe that you're going to live forever because your delays and thoughts.
Thanks. I don't know if I should take it as a compliment, the way that he said that.
I'd never take anything from Frank as a compliment. He's always picking on it.
That was great.
No, but I feel like most of them are like car related or something like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Well, yeah, because we spend a lot of time in cars and driving. Like, it's, you know, if we rode bikes more, then it'd be more bike related.
yeah.
You know.
I think maybe the more recent one was probably last fall. JT and I were coming back from a camping trip. He was driving, but we were talking and I said something to him. I was like, oh, get over. And he went to get over. We didn't need to get off, but like, or off an exit there or whatever. But for some reason I was getting mixed up. I was like, oh, get over a lane or whatever. Within a few minutes of him switching lanes, there was a tremendous, like, burning tires, like car on fire, like somebody slammed on their brakes in the fast lane. It was just crazy. Like, we narrowly missed it. And it was just, I thought I misread the map or whatever it was. Like, you know, it's like, oh, get over because we got to exit. Oh, wait, it's actually one more exit up. But yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, something told you to move over.
Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Why didn't the lights dim now?
I know.
So, all right, Lynette.
So I don't know how to go about this. So it relates to the topic we're talking about today. And I don't know if I should wait until the end to kind of give like the details of what I remember, but I don't know.
So just tell us what it is.
Okay.
And then maybe we'll save the details for the end.
Okay. So as I was researching for today's topic, and today we are talking about a application called Randonautica. It's a phone app that uses quantum physics and generates points on maps for people to go see. As I was researching people's experiences on this, and I was almost done with the episode, I stumbled across somebody who may have ended up down a really dark freaking rabbit hole with using this app. So, I don't know. It's been mind-baffling me. Yay! No, it's been really kind of fucking with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a good entryway into the episode. So the Randonautica app. What if there was more wonder to wondering? What if your mind and your thoughts had an impact on the environment around you? If your journey is truly random, what will you discover? Where will you go? Have you ever felt stuck in a rut and tired of the same old routine? What if there was an app that could shake things up and introduce you to unexpected adventures merely by harnessing your thoughts and intentions using quantum technology? Would you seek to manifest joy or love? What about catching a glimpse of a rare bird or spotting a rainbow? What if you could find a lost item or find hidden treasure by using this app? Would you use it? What if your thoughts weren't all sunshine and rainbows, though? Ever wondered where your darkest thoughts might lead you? Could you possibly find yourself on the edge of a cliff, in an abandoned building, or worse, at the site of a murder scene? So this is what the app says when you first log in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you first log in the app, this is what it says. Randonautica, a seemingly innocent app, could be the key to unlocking the hidden corners of your mind and the world around you. But be warned, with great adventure comes great risk. This app could lead you to places you never knew existed, or perhaps places you'd rather forget. Where will your journey take you when you dare to delve into the deep recess of your mind? So what is Randonautica? Behind the seemingly simple interface of Randonautica lies a complex web of algorithms and data, but how did this app come to be? The brainchild of a team of tech enthusiasts and adventurers, Randonautica was born out of a shared passion for exploration and a desire to break free from the monotony of everyday life. Founders Joshua Lengfelder and Auburn Salcido envisioned an app that would inspire people to step outside their comfort zones and embrace the unexpected. To bring their vision to life, the Randonautica team developed a sophisticated algorithm that analyzes vast amounts of data, including geographical information, travel trends, and user preferences. This algorithm then generates a personalized list of potential destinations, taking into account factors such as distance, accessibility, and location.
Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify is there to help you grow. Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms, and sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. What I love about Shopify is how no matter how big you want to grow, Shopify gives you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., and Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Attractions. Randonautica also incorporates advanced machine learning techniques to continuously improve its recommendation. As users interact with the app and provide feedback, the algorithm learns and adapts, ensuring that each new adventure is tailored to the individual tastes. The app was officially launched on February 22nd, 2020. What's with the twos?
Right. That caught my eye.
And has been downloaded over 10.8 million times from the App Store and Google Play. But how does Randonautica actually work? When you open the app, it uses your device's GPS to determine your location. You can then customize your search by choosing your travel radius and the type of point you would like to see. When the user clicks the generate button, the app calls for a fuck ton.
Yeah, that's what the creator said.
The
app calls for a fuck ton.
Wow. So the app calls for a fuck ton of quantum random numbers from a laser in a vacuum. This laser in a vacuum is actually located at the Australian National University. The app's algorithm gets overlaid on these randomly generated number and identified anomalies in the laser particle patterns. These anomalies would include clustering of particles, which the developers call attractors, or an empty space of particles, which the developers call voids. The algorithm then analyzes these anomalies and picks a coordinate point on the map for you to go to explore. This is the tool that the end user is experiencing, but there is more beyond that. Those who use the app, referred to as randonauts, are actually testing a scientific theory called mind-matter interaction to see, can the human mind have an influence on the world around us through quantum field in a theory known as the Phantom Project.
Yeah, so the way the designer described it is they're shooting these numbers off in this vacuum, and I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I think it's the Sierpinski triangle. It's basically a repeating fractal, that mathematical fractal where it ultimately generates triangles within triangles and triangles, and it's the same pattern over and over. So they're essentially looking at that type of pattern when the numbers are kicked out, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's really hard to explain quantum stuff. You need a super brain to be able to do it.
But I wonder if this is the beginning, because by the pattern constantly repeating itself tells me that there's a repetition in everything that we do that could be part of a greater, what's the word I'm looking for? I just lost my train of thought.
Like power creator?
But I'm going with simulation theory. So with that, there needs to be a repeating set of circumstances and events to have it go, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is like the beginning of proving that we possibly live in a simulation rather than reality.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that. I think they're also, the main objective that they're trying to identify here or test for is how, to put into proof that our thoughts truly adjust the environment around us.
Right.
Which would be within the parameter of whatever simulation.
Of a simulation. So, yeah. But yeah, this is going to be really cool. This is going to hurt my brain.
A little bit.
So before we explain about the app point options, we first need to discuss human behavior. Most of us would like to think the majority of our thoughts and actions are completely random or maybe just coincidental at best. But the fact is none of what you think. Say and do is truly random. We are heavily influenced by our past experiences, current environment, emotion, and cognitive processes, meaning they are usually underlying patterns and reasons behind everything we do, even if we aren't always consciously aware of them.
It's our code.
It's our code. So yeah, that's our binary code then.
Yep, it's our ones and zeros.
Right.
Yeah.
So, number one, brain activity is complex. Our brains are constantly processing information, and even when we think we are resting, there is actively happening at a subconscious level that can influence our thoughts and actions. Automatic thoughts. Many thoughts arise automatically without conscious effort, often based on ingrained patterns and beliefs. Context matters. Our environment and current situations significantly impact our thoughts and actions. And then number four, choice and agency. While we may not have complete control over every thought, we can still choose how to respond to them and make conscious decisions about our actions. So why is this important? Well, the Randonautica app and algorithm make it a point to break free from these patterns, allowing you access to actually experience a world where your next decision was made at random. Randonautica categorizes these points you can choose from into two different categories, anomalies and blind spots. And within these two categories, there are subcategories. Let's start with anomalies. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was trying to recall what the creator, she was doing an interview, and I think she gave the story. So you're driving to work. Mm-hmm. You typically take 1 to 3 different ways to work, Mm-hmm. But there's your pattern. And how many times have we driven the same route and then all of a sudden one day we're like, oh, that building is red now. Or I never left the main street, the highway or whatever, but there's a baseball park or something or whatever, things mm-hmm. that you would never see because you are so ingrained in your pattern. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of shows that we kind of operate in this tunnel vision type of thing. So
that is pretty cool. So anomalies. They're also known as intention-driven anomalies, are said to be fully influenced by our intentions. Under anomalies, we have 3 subcategories: attractor, void, and power. An attractor anomaly is the densest cluster in a distribution of tens of thousands of random points inside your geographical radius, as if something has attracted more points to that area than we would statistically expect. The developers hypothesized that the reason for their occurrence might be an entanglement between your mind and the place selected for you on your map. A void anomaly is the emptiest area in a distribution of tens of thousands of random points inside your geographical radius, strongly devoid of any points, as if they are avoiding that area more than we would statistically expect, again citing entanglement as the cause. A power anomaly is an area in a distribution of tens of thousands of random points inside your geographical radius that is most anonymously dense or sparse in comparison to what we would statistically expect. So essentially, when you select power anomaly, the app uses quantum numbered dates to pick the strongest attractor or void anomaly available in your geographical radius.
So like going back to that Sierpinski triangle, and maybe we could put this, I don't know if people are familiar, but maybe we can put it up on the site or something like that.
Yeah.
But essentially that triangle is created mathematically, and when you look at it, there's clearly parts of the triangle that are black dots, black points, and then there are clearly negative or empty spaces, which are the voids here. So you would only see in your day-to-day the black dots. Those are what you see every day. So the void is that empty space, and obviously the power would be the darkest pinpoint or the whitest, blankest pinpoint on that map. I don't know if that helps or makes it more confusing, but I think the visual kind of helps.
Yeah, no, the visual does help. So yeah, we could put that up on the website.
Yeah.
All right. So blind spots are random points that are places a user might normally not go. They may exist in your own backyard for your whole life, and you will never even notice them because you simply have no reason to go to that exact place or look in its direction. These are said to be fully influenced by machine or AI randomness. Under blind spots, the app offers 2 user options, quantum and pseudo. The quantum setting on the Randonautica app connects with a quantum supercomputer in Australia to generate random coordinates based on your location based on quantum randomness. The pseudo, the Randonautica app generates an artificial random set of coordinates or point for the user to explore. So I don't understand the differences between these two.
I had a hard time with those trying to come up with definitions, to be quite honest. But the way I'm understanding it is that there is computational randomness, and then there is complete and utter randomness, which is the pseudo. So
the pseudo randomness, the app does it, not the computer?
I don't know for sure.
Okay. No,
I really struggled with trying to find information to explain this clearly. But the best I could understand is that the app creates the pseudo randomness. Quantum computer creates the quantum randomness. That's how I was understanding it. I don't know.
Okay.
Guess we just got to test it out.
Yeah, no, we definitely are going to test this out 100%. So going back to the anomalies, the attractor, void, and power. So the attractor is where the areas that the most points hit so the most points hit in that area then would be statistically expected, right?
Yes.
The void is where it is the least number of points.
Yes.
And then what is the power anomaly again?
The single most dark, clustered.
Okay.
Or
so the most points.
Or the least.
Or the least amount. So basically we would pick either attractor or void. And then if we want the power and anomaly associated with one or the other.
That's how I understand it.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure I understood it. That's really interesting. All right. So
maybe the attractor is your route to work every day.
Right.
The void is taking complete back roads that you've never been on. And the power would be your specific exit that you have to get off the highway to get to your office or your your parking space
Sure.
at work,
Okay.
if that helps.
All right. All right. So here are some real life experiences.
Here's the fun part.
Yeah. So story number 1.
College closure.
TikTok user at hot chip.
Chai Pindlai.
Yeah.
Chippendale?
Hot-
Chippendale?
I think it's
Oh.
supposed to be Chippendale.
Yeah, hot
All right,
Chippendale.
hot Chippendale. I
Get a
like
word math that one a little bit.
I
It's like
that.
reading a license plate.
So her video starts out with her sitting in her car, giving a backstory on her decision to try the Randonautica app. She explains that due to COVID, she decided not to go to her dream university and rather settle on going to her local state school of Kansas University. She continues on saying that she wanted to try this app to get some closure as to whether or not she made the right decision for herself and her future. So she follows her coordinates and ends up near a horse paddock. As she gets closer to the horse fence, she sees the letters KU cut into the horse pasture like a modern day crop circle. Oh, that's interesting.
Kind of crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. So her intention was that she set, did she make the right choice by going to KU? And then the map or the app brought her to a horse paddock
Out of town,
by
by a creek, on a hill, and it's just carved into the grass.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All right. Next story. Are you real? TikTok user at Alex C. Markey. A few teens decided to try using the Randonautica app early one evening. The point they were directed to was a dilapidated detention center at the end of a street. As they approached the facility, the app decided to reroute them to a different location. Choosing to be good civilians and not trespass on private property, they decided to leave and continue following the app GPS. As they are driving away, one of the people in the cars gets a random text from an unknown email address. The text message was from Zacario45vb@gmail.com, says, "Are you real?" Piquing the teens' interest, they decide to turn around and head back toward the detention center. This time as they approach, they see some graffiti on a concrete overpass by the entrance to the facility that says "Real" in black spray paint.
That's creepy.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So you know, these stories get progressively darker.
That's fine. I like it. But
I like dark.
when are we going to do this? We need to spend like an entire day doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And I've seen some where people have had hits and some people have had misses, but
Mhm.
like the whole road trip adventure.
yeah. Like, I think we each take a turn and we keep doing that, right? So like, you do one, then wherever we end up, then the next, that's going to be fun.
But we'd have to put it like on probably like a Patreon because the audio of it won't be fun. You need to video it,
Yeah.
record it.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we could do that.
Our ugly mugs.
Our ugly
Yay.
mugs. I am ugly. Sorry, ladies.
In a beautiful way.
I'm like Frankenstein monster.
Oh yeah, lovable monster.
We're beautiful on the inside.
That's what I say about girls.
Ew. Keep going.
So next story, Field of Phantoms. TikTok user
Ape Marie.
All right. With a quantum point selected, Randonautica guided a couple of girls under the dark of night down a dead-end dirt road in the middle of a wide open grass field. When the girl reached the end of the road in their vehicle, the car's headlight caught a glimpse of something glowing and moving across the landscape and toward them. As the visage approaches, you can see what appears to be an apparition of a very tall, semi-transparent man in a white long-sleeve shirt with bold stripe across his chest and abnormally long arms gliding toward them at an unnatural speed. The driver can't take it anymore, and in a panic, she throws the car in reverse and backs out of the situation as fast as she can.
So here's one thing that like kind of drove me nuts when trying to find these stories
Mhm.
is not a lot of social media people said what their intention was
Mhm.
before they started recording.
Gotcha.
So at least when we do it, we should probably do that because I would like to know what their intentions were.
Yeah, I
or
agree.
what settings, like tell me what settings you use.
Yeah.
Like Come on, be more thorough.
I agree. No, we're going to do this thoroughly.
But the video it doesn't look fake. It looks really bizarre.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a look at that. So story number 4, a wild night of randonauting. YouTuber CJ Fousen out of the Northeast United States. So it looks like he had several stops here, huh?
Yeah. So he did share what his manifested words were for each of these stops, and then we'll kind of break down what he came across at each of them.
Okay. So stop number 1, manifested helpless. Randonautica guided him to a dark back road. On the side of the road, there was a homeless tent community situated between a massive burned pile of wood and old pallets.
So I'm not sure what that means, but I just kind of wanted to like share some of his hits or misses. They're homeless folks. You chose the word helpless.
Helpless,
I don't
maybe.
know, kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I see the correlation there.
Yeah.
So I mean, that makes sense. So question: when they're manifesting, are they saying this out loud, or are they doing it internally?
So the few that have, so there's been a couple different strategies. Okay, so some people would say it out loud. Their phones are listening. They're like, maybe the phones are listening.
Right.
And they're
That's where I was going with.
So then some took to like bringing a dry erase board or a piece of paper, and they wrote the word on the piece of paper, held it up to the camera, and then they got on the road after the point was generated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So stop number 2 manifested something really odd. Randonautica guided him to a spot under an overpass. As they are looking around, they don't initially see anything that stands out to them. They decide to return back to the car, and as they are walking back, CJ trips over a sharp metal object, nearly falling on his face. He looks down to see what it was, only to find a disturbingly creepy clown/Joker statue that appears to have been cut in half and missing its arms. This object has empty, hollowed-out eye sockets, a gaping mouth with bare teeth, and red painted scars on its screaming face. Well, that is something odd.
That's something odd.
Would you guys keep that?
He did.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually collects
That's great.
trinkets that he finds.
I think that's great. That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Okay, you'll get a little museum in here.
Yeah. I'll put in some floating shelves in here.
All right.
Yeah. Stop number 3 manifested many faces. CJ finds himself driving down a dark and winding wooded country road. Pulling over in a turnout, he starts exploring the surrounding area. He finds the carcass of a half-eaten animal and trash strewn about everywhere. He bends down and picks up a chain, realizing it is a dog collar and leash. Moments after he does this, a slow-driving car approaches. The driver of the car pulls over, and CJ stops and talks to an older gentleman who says he lost his dog, Ruby, then drives off. CJ goes back to exploring and finds an extremely odd book laying in the dirt. The book is entitled The Mysteries of Harris Burdick. This 1984 picture book by the American author Chris Van Allsburg, who compiled a series of 14 surreal images that were ostensibly created by Harris Burdick, a man who had mysteriously disappeared and is never heard from again.
So I just wanted to put on a little history. Like that could be an episode of its own, but
really?
I don't know, should I even tell about the story? But so basically, this gentleman goes to a publisher. He's got these 14 images, and he has 14 short stories to go with them, and they're bizarre. I mean, if you've seen surreal art, it's kind of bizarre. So he leaves the images with the publisher, and all with the images is just the title, like a 1-sentence, 2-sentence with the image. And he said, "I'll be back tomorrow with my stories." Never heard from again.
Okay.
So, and you can view the entire book. The publisher ended up publishing the images. There's a lot of faces in there, but there are a lot of weird ones. It's just really surreal. But I thought the dog thing was kind of odd.
Yeah. I thought so. What I thought was going to happen was like he was going to find all these different type of weird things, like animal carcass, the dog leash, maybe a cat collar, but no, that picture book definitely went a different way.
So also while he was there was like I didn't put it in the notes here, but there was also like take a grocery bag, and it was filled with something. my guess is, because I think he did this between Thanksgiving and Christmas or something like that. My guess is it might have been like somebody's turkey, like the carcass or whatever, but he was like gagging and everything because there was just foul smelling. I don't know. It's just, this all happens like obviously in the same night for him. So like the story kind of keeps building on each other.
All right. So stop number 4, he manifested suspicious. CJ finds himself continuing on down this dark country road. This point on the map has them pull over the main road into a small turn out and walks them to about 400 yards into the dark woods down a narrow path. Soon after getting out of their car, they find a carcass of a deer with bones, fur, and intact bloody hooves. After mustering up some courage, CJ decides to head down the trail. At the end of the trail, in a little clearing, he is stopped in his tracks, hearing a distant dog barking feverishly. Pressing on, he nears to a point on the map at the tree line of the grass circle and shockingly finds a full-sized seafoam green metal casket sitting in the overgrown grasses. Still reeling from the shock of finding a coffin in the woods and contemplating calling this find into the police, they look up to find a pair of headlights turn on a spotlight on them. In an instant, they tear off back the way they came into the woods towards their car. Yeah, that would scare the shit out of me.
No kidding. They didn't hear the car pull up because they're in the woods.
Right.
And headlights turn on then.
So they had to have been, that car had to have been there the whole time.
I would think so.
Right.
You didn't hear an engine turn on or off. You didn't hear people just like hanging out, having a bonfire or something. And, you know, like none of that.
It's just like appeared out of nowhere, yeah.
Because where the camera is, it's pointing, the camera tilts down to get a closer look at the casket, comes back up, and the headlights turn on.
Oh,
that's creepy.
Yeah.
I would poop a lot.
What? And it was like a new coffin?
Yeah.
It was like not rusty, not dirty. Like it was, doesn't look like it was ever buried.
Right.
But there was a coffin.
I'm wondering if like this is like a connection into the matrix that we live in.
Possibly.
You guys
See?
are weird.
The Matrix.
All right. So
And the random dog barking like in the middle of the woods. I thought, I was like, maybe that's, what did he say? Ruby? Maybe that's Ruby.
Maybe that's Ruby, yeah.
Could have been Ruby, yeah.
So story number 5, blood on a pier. Another instance came from a group of 4 friends who decided to go Randonautica for the first time at night. One of them decided to record their experience on TikTok. Upon arriving at their destination, which appeared to be Concrete Beach Pier, they were initially disappointed because they didn't find anything. They spent a few more minutes exploring, and right before they were about to leave, they discovered a fresh smear of blood on the ground. At first, they were debating whether or not the red splotch might be paint until the one of them sees droplets of red leading away. They decide to follow the trail of what looks like blood leading down a dark ramp, and it did not go well. The girls were too scared to go continue following the trail, but the guy in the group wanted to proceed, so he follows alone. Armed only with his camera light, we see him spotting more and more blood. There is graffiti everywhere. Some of the graffiti captured on camera says, "Don't die," with an image of a stick figure that says RIP. Seeing these images, the guy starts to become unnerved. Right when he is starting to panic, he hollers to his friends above as says, "All right, I'm going, guys." Hears a rustling in the dark just behind his camera light and shouts, "What the fuck?" He pauses for a moment and then calls out, "Hello?" You can hear a distant and distorted woman's voice call back to him, "Help me." The guy responds with a shocked and angry, "What?" You again hear a shaky, crying woman's voice again say, "Help." The guy takes off running. Once the group is back in the car, one of the girls continues recording themselves, Blair Witch style.
Total Blair Witch style, like runny nose. Like,
to try and summarize what just transpired. She is interrupted when another one of the friends gets a call from an unknown caller. When the girl answers, there was just silence on the other end, despite her repeated attempts to get an answer out of the caller.
That's bone chilling. Ugh.
What if somebody really needed help, though?
I know. That's what I go to.
Don't know,
or what if it's a trap?
It's coincidentally
Right.
then they get an unknown call.
Yeah, that was weird. That she's telling her story and then her friend's getting a call and she's like, hold on. And she's still recording herself and her friend's like, "It's unknown caller. Answer it. No, don't answer it. Answer it."
Oh, I answer.
And she answered it. And it was just silence.
So,
Like, the timing was wild.
yeah, I mean, that is pretty crazy. All right. So, story number 6, near-death manifestation. TikTok user McKenna Ray.
McKenna Ray.
All right. This is just, that's just, all right.
Sorry, it's the program.
McKenna Ray. All right. 2 teens, McKenna and Darius, went on a Randonautica quest. The TikTok video posted was that of McKenna immediately following their adventure. In the video, McKenna is sobbing and explaining why she will never go randonauticing again. The intention set was death. Well, that's fucking stupid.
Yep.
And that's very nearly what she found. The app sent them to a spot where, upon arrival, they see a bleeding body lying motionless on the ground in a ditch with a woman clutching them. The pair decided to park and see if they could help. Darius used his coat to try and stifle the bleeding. The woman holding the body told McKenna that the man had quite literally just been shot. The 2 of them stay until the cops arrived to help answer questions. McKenna assumed that the man was indeed dead. Based on her follow-ups and investigations from local news and police, it appears McKenna did indeed stumble across a body, though it was only near to death. The 23-year-old victim of a recent shooting was luckily discovered in time and brought to a nearby hospital.
Wow.
That's fucking
That's
weird.
crazy.
Yeah. And it just keeps getting better.
All right.
Or worse. I don't know.
I don't know what's
Depending on how you look at it, yeah.
All right. So YouTuber attempts to debunk Randonautica. So YouTuber Nick Crawley out of Buffalo, New York. So stop number 1. Manifested blood, but then quickly changed to happiness after they pressed the generate button.
So he said blood.
Mhm.
He clicked generate, and the girl he was with was like, no, something better. He's like, okay, happiness.
Okay.
But he had already clicked the button.
He already clicked the button. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, the Randonautica app generated 2 locations on the same neighborhood block within walking distance of each other. So they decided to hop in the car and drive to the area. When they approached the first spot, they found the place swarming with police and emergency vehicles coming from either direction. First responders formed a ring around the location, and Nick decided to pull down a side road and watch them across the street. Seeing all the neighbors coming out of their houses to see what was going on, Nick decides to swing by the second spot. As he puts the car into drive, another emergency vehicle comes up behind them with lights and sirens on. As luck would have it, this emergency vehicle was headed to the same spot Nick was. It was clear that something serious and potentially violent went down at both of these Randonautica spots at exact the same time and place the app directs him towards. That's weird.
It was really crazy. Like, he was sitting there filming the first spot, and cops and ambulance and neighbors are all coming out of the house and trying to see what's going on, and they're kind of blockading off that front door, and then they're like, okay, well, let's just go to the second spot. He literally puts his truck in gear, and this second emergency vehicle flies behind him, so he's kind of following a little slowly. And the cop turns and makes a left, and he's like, oh shit, I'm making a left.
Yeah.
And he stops in the driveway where the pin was.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days with a sporty new Civic, Accord, HRV, or CRV. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Accord or CRV, a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic, and a 3.9% APR on a 2025 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem.
Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Wow.
On his second bullet or second spot pin, whatever bullet point. Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. So stop number 2, manifested death. Thinking maybe they had happened.
I think they took a break.
Okay.
For like an hour or two, or maybe it was the next day. I can't remember, but they decided to give it one more try.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thinking maybe what had happened earlier was just a coincidence, he decides one more time to try the Randonautica app, this time manifesting death. As he is driving down this open 2-lane road going about 55, 60 miles an hour, an oncoming car veered into his lane, also doing 55, 60, and the driver swerved within mere seconds to avoid a head-on collision.
So I think he's done playing this app.
Yeah, I would be.
Like, I don't know why that reminded me. Remember, I think it was our Halloween episode. One of the stories you were talking about. Was it a story that like the guy was getting like letters or something from somebody?
Oh yeah,
Frank had,
Yeah.
emails.
Yeah,
or whatever.
emails.
The
Emails telling him to do.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that incident just like sparked that.
What if that's what this app is?
Maybe.
I don't know. All right, so story number 8. Teens filming a TikTok find dead body in the suitcase after using popular exploring app Randonautica.
That was a news headline. Yeah.
A group of teenagers in Seattle using the app decided to use their intentions on travel, hoping to have a little adventure. They found themselves near a pier on the rocky coast. The group had been filming their explorations and posted a video on TikTok at a social media platform. When they looked down at the boulders on the shoreline, they saw a suitcase lying there. Yay! The travel manifestation appeared to have worked, but little did they know what they bargained for. TikTok user at Henry, so fucking weird, posted the video in June 20th, 2020, and it shows the group stumbling upon a small black suitcase. At first, childish laughs permeate the video as they initially think it's filled with money. A caption reads, "Egged on by the group, one girl climbs down toward the suitcase. With a horrified look on her face, she tells the camera, 'Ew, it stinks,' and then proceeds to flip open the top from a distance using a wooden stick, revealing a black plastic bag filled with something. As soon as she opened it, the whole group said that the smell was overwhelming. The teens then decide to leave it alone and call the police. Soon after, police and fire trucks arrive at the scene. Seattle police later confirmed the contents inside the suitcase were human remains. As police continued to scour the area, investigators found several other bags containing more body parts. A local news outlet reported the remains belonged to a 35-year-old Jessica Lewis and 27-year-old Austin Wenner. Both died on June 16th from multiple gunshot wounds. Seattle police said the case is still an open homicide investigation.
Wow.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. I was also on June 20, 2022.
Yeah.
So a lot of those 2 dates.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah.
So is this where you want to talk about your...
Yeah, so I was looking for one more story, and I stumbled across this content creator named Revo. He's Reeve Khalil. I think you said it's how you pronounce it, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's Khalil.
He also has a TikTok channel, but his whole TikTok, he kind of jokes around, but he's also kind of serious, just like breaking the matrix, just like we were talking about. And so one of the days he decided to, he started the app, and he's like, his manifestation was just breaking the matrix, like what he kind of his tagline or whatever he says often. And the pin dropped him off at a furniture cabinet store, actually, called Matrix.
Oh.
Yeah. But it doesn't really stop there, and I almost want to do a whole episode on it.
Okay.
But he may have stumbled upon some potential human trafficking, organ harvesting, some really dark stuff, because the more he started digging into this company and where it's located, like, it got really freaking dark really fast, and it's been kind of fucking with my mind. But like, even just saying like, I'm just breaking the matrix, and there are, I think he showed on his Google Maps, just like freaking mattress stores around here. There's like there's more mattress stores than there are like Starbucks, you know, like
then there are beds in the community.
There's not even like enough people to, you know, whatever. And,
right.
But he looks at his Google Maps, and it's one of those situations. There are like 10 of these cabinet stores, all within like a few blocks of each other, and the pin just drops on this Matrix one and goes and knocks on some doors, and one minute the company's there, the next minute the company has vacated the building and boarded up, and yeah, it was just, he kind of, I don't know.
That's awesome.
It's really fucked up. It's really dark.
Yeah. So yeah, when are we going to go randonauticing?
Well, okay. So I did download the app, and I just tried it once, but it dropped the pin in like an industrial warehouse, like parking lot. Like,
what did you manifest? What was your?
It was on a Friday, and I manifested I wanted to find $100. So somebody probably got paid.
Or there's $100 laying somewhere in the parking lot.
Somebody dropped it in the parking lot, but I wasn't about ready to go.
Or
no, I'm not working for $100.
Right.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of girls work.
Good for them.
Yeah. You know,
I work too. I just do different work.
Well, if you want $100 on a Friday night, that's how you're going to do it. You know,
I'll go to bingo.
We could go to bingo.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to do that again soon.
So do you think it's real? Do you think content creators are just making this shit up?
I don't know. I want to do it.
I want to hear what Bree has to say.
Oh, that's a good question.
I want to know if she believes it.
No, she doesn't.
I just want to do it just to see if it's something that these people are making up, because, you know, on social media you can easily
you
do
can edit
things.
stuff,
Yeah. I'm like Frank. I want to do this. I want to see if it's actually like, if we can find something that's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to do it. I want to do it more than once, though. Like more than one day, not like times in a day. Like I want to spend and do 2-3 days of doing this. Obviously, not in a row, because I think we need a large sample size to see hits over misses.
Yeah.
You know, so that would be the experiment I propose.
Yeah. And I should go back. So what was it? CJ, the one who had like the wild night or whatever with the
yeah.
So there were a few other stops or attempts, and there were a couple misses. Yeah.
Yeah. Which nothing in this world is 100% accurate. So I mean, I would expect that, but I'm curious to see and find out the number of hits over misses, because, you know, even a broken clock is right twice a day, right? So, yeah, that's but I want to. But when we do it, like, should we be more specific than just like blood or happiness? Or
I think maybe one day we do it with one word, and the next time we do it with more phrases, so we can like test it out.
Okay, yeah. I'm fine with that. All right, so.
And I would like to try like the saying it out loud versus writing it down, you know, that sort of thing.
You know, it'd be nice is writing it down and not letting the other two people see it. So like, it's truly just you, and maybe you, once we get there, that's when you would,
like you put it in an envelope or, you know, fold it up or whatever.
Put it in your pocket, right? Put it in your pocket.
Put it in your pocket.
Yeah. And there's a hole in my pocket.
Of course there is.
There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza. Ew, that song gives a whole new meaning.
Yeah, right? There you go. But like once we get to the destination, then, you know, you could share the piece of paper or your word or whatever. Yeah. Because then we'll know what we're looking for when we all get out. And so that'd be interesting. All right. So here are some Randonautica safety tips. Yeah. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
for the app, this is part of their recommendation, disclosure, or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. This is the app's recommendations. All right. So adventure during the daytime. Exploring locations at night might seem fun and thrilling, but it's safer and easier to avoid getting lost when you go randonauticing during the day. It can also be more nerve-wracking to explore a totally unfamiliar, randomly chosen place at night. So the creators say to avoid it.
So we're going at night?
I think we do both. We do
I'll just be in the daytime adventures.
No, we are a team.
Can we just go to like the country then? Because I'm like really scared of like industrial parks for whatever reason. I don't want to get like.
We got Frank. We'll make sure Frank gets slaughtered first.
Have you seen him run away?
I never run away. That's why you've never seen it.
Oh, that's because I'm usually halfway down the hallway.
Right. You charge your phone fully before leaving. Even if you're planning to go on a short randonautica adventure, you never know if you might need your phone for something. And using GPS can drain phone batteries fast. Being stranded in an unknown location without your phone definitely isn't ideal. So if you plan on using the app, charge your phone first.
Probably want to put gas in your car too.
That would be a plus.
Yes.
Yeah. Buddy system. Travel with friends whenever possible.
Check.
You never know where you might end up and what you might find, so try to bring at least one friend with you when you go randonauticing, or more if you can. Exploring unfamiliar locations alone can be a little risky, so don't go alone. Plus, adventuring with friends can be fun. You've got buddies to chat with and help you navigate.
Yay, buddies. Buddies. The buddy system.
Steer clear of private property no matter what. Sometimes the app may send you to a randomized location that ends up being a private residence, privately owned land, or a closed-off location. Don't risk getting into legal trouble. Never enter private property, even if the app's coordinates are telling you to. Use your judgment and don't go into dangerous-looking areas. Basically, if an area looks unsafe, go with your gut and steer clear of it. The app doesn't know where it's sending you, so coordinates aren't evaluated for safety. You're responsible for your safety while using the app, so if it asks you to go somewhere dangerous, like near downed power lines or in the middle of railroad tracks, turn back or generate a new GPS point. Know your physical limitations. Sometimes the Randonautica app may send you a GPS point that can't be reached without strenuous activity like climbing or hiking. Even if you decide to continue with the adventure, use your common sense and know when enough is enough. One problem is that common sense isn't very common nowadays.
Nope.
Positive intentions. It is suggested to choose to manifest positive intentions, and if you're going with a group, to agree on a topic before proceeding. Ooh.
I was going to say, so that last part, there were a few videos that I saw where someone sabotaged the group.
Oh.
Where someone's like, I want to help return a lost dog or something like that. But somebody said dead animal, and then they find somebody's cat or something, like.
Yeah. So I wonder another, what's we'll call it, experiment would be if the three of us.
Who's the stronger manifestor?
No.
I got this.
I am the strongest masturbator.
Yeah, well, we're not asking that.
Oh, no.
No.
What did you say?
No.
What did you say? Strongest what then?
Masturbator.
Oh, yeah. See, you did say it.
I did not.
Liar.
Manifestor.
So, no, well, like one experiment, all three of us manifest the same thing, Maybe do that a few times to see the hits or miss. And then after that, we all pick something different to manifest and see which one it picks up.
I feel like we should be writing this down. So that we
have it recorded.
Oh, okay. I need notes. I need notes in a spreadsheet.
Just go back to this episode.
Okay, well then, mark the time point of the, no, I'm just kidding.
The end of the episode.
So I'm wondering, you made me think of something on top of that, is what if you just say, like, images?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something.
Smiley
I don't know,
face.
a house. Okay.
Smiley face.
Super generic. Okay, smiley face. Perfect.
Smiley face.
You might visualize a red smiley face. You might have a yellow smiley face, and yours might,
Right.
I wonder if
that's creepy because I was just thinking of a yellow smiley face when you said that.
Oh, well, that's like the normal.
I know, but it's still creepy that she picked me for yellow.
I almost pointed to Frank and said yellow, but
I thought of yellow too. So she would have been right no matter what.
No, but I've just if the visualization also works versus just words, because
well, I'm sure it would, but that's another good experiment to try. I think
write it down.
I hate you. So, yeah, I would think it'd be the same, But that's a good experiment to try. Is a visual over verbal.
Or like even other senses, like smell or sound.
Yeah.
I don't want to manifest your farts.
No one wants to.
Oh, they manifest on their own, regardless. So.
Your butt has
you
a
don't
mind
need
of
an
its
app
own.
for that.
Yeah, I have a Randonautica ass.
Randonautica ass, yeah. I think you misspelled app. But that's
Yeah.
okay.
Nope, it's ASS. All right, yeah. So that one, yeah. So that was the end of that. Do you guys? What else do you guys got? Anything else?
No, I really want to try this now.
Yes, me too.
All right. Well,
So, what are you guys doing tomorrow?
work.
Tomorrow night?
Cooking.
I mean, the sun sets really early, and I'm scared to go at the dark. I'm not normally scared, but like,
So in other words, you want to wait till like the spring?
like, no, I don't want to wait that long. We can maybe. Well, what time you get? Well, we don't need to discuss what time you get off of work time. But
Well, I get off whenever I want.
yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Dork.
I get home. I get home from work between 5:30 and 6.
Yeah, but Bree's far away. Okay, we'll figure it out.
But we can meet somewhere.
Well, what if the app sends us all the way down to Kankakee or something like that? And Bree's
No,
stuck
but
in Kankakee.
what I'm saying is like we can meet somewhere. So we all drive to a location. We get in one car and we start from there.
I know, but it could be a daisy chain of taking you.
It can. But I mean, no matter.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, no matter what, it's going to be that.
I'll bring
way.
my camcorder, my big one.
Ooh, yeah, you have a big one.
Sure do.
She's got the biggie.
What color is it?
Silver.
Oh, I was hoping it was black.
That's what I thought too.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's black.
Yeah,
I don't think they make silver electronics anymore. It's all black.
Yeah, big and black.
Yeah,
My
there you go.
favorite.
Anyway,
Well, guys, my name is Frank,
My name's Bree.
Miss Lynette.
and you've been listening to Fringe
Beyond
Limits.
When it's PCS time, you know the drill. Pack, research the new base, get the kids in school, because family supports family. At American Public University, we support military families with flexible, affordable online education that moves with you. As a military spouse, your tuition rate is the same as your partner's, just $250 per credit hour. American Public University, education that moves with you. Learn more at apu.apus.edu/military.